Just got to Studio Coast, where Fleet Foxes will soon be playing. I have never been so fucking cold in my entire life. It's unbelievable. It's been a long day of getting here. And as soon as I did, I went to a convenience store, bought a nice beer, drank it, to hopefully take the edge off of traveling for a couple hours and how fucking cold it is. And when I got here, there's a stage outside, and I thought that the stage might be where they were playing tonight, outside, which I don't even know if I'd be able to handle that. But either way, I'm here now. Oh, fuck. I think we're going to be let in soon. And that's awesome. It should be a good show. Fucking excited as I am cold, which is to say very. Yeah. Pitter-pattering still, January 21st. Perhaps you can hear the pitter-patters of raindrops upon my extremely small, almost comically small umbrella. It's been raining all day. Today's Saturday, so not the most pretty day in the world, but it's been a while since we've had some rain here, so that's kind of nice. And actually, a couple days ago, wanted it to rain, so I guess I got what I asked for, although snow would be a little bit more welcome, because at least it would be pretty as I walk from the school back to the dorms. Today, I've been trying to get on the internet all day after 3 days of not being able to get on it whatsoever, which has been a pretty big fucking pain in the ass. I have to say that without any sort of reservation, because well, it's ridiculous, you know. Right now it's finals time for everybody, and I personally have a report that's due tomorrow evening, and it's very difficult to get everything done when you can't get on like the single most important thing in the world. You know, basically the most important thing in the world. But anyway, I kid. I sucked it up and walked to school today at around, I don't know, 1 something or so. And I've been up here at 6 o'clock now. Quick was here when I got here, which was fun to hang out with him for a little while. Even though we didn't say like a single word, we just enjoyed each other's presence, I suppose. And I was able to talk to Brittany, which was really nice. Check all my shit, all my sites that I frequent, including various mail carriers. And formatted and finished my reference list for my big report. So that's good. It was productive. And now I'm heading back to the dorms to, at some point tonight, I need to finish this packet of worksheets I got a couple days ago about like all the stuff that I need to do before I leave, signing out my room and saying what my Ichiban Tanosh Kata Koto, like the most fun thing I did here, stuff like that. I gotta do that, and I'll do it soon. Last night was the Fleet Foxes concert, and it was fucking great. It was such a great show, so much fun. Very personal kind of show, kind of like, I don't know, self-love or something. It was like quality time with myself, taking myself out on a date. It was really, really a long process actually getting there. I've never been to that area in Japan, so that's always a little frustrating traveling somewhere new because you don't really know where you're going, and especially if you're alone, you know, if you make a wrong turn or a wrong guess about which train line you can take, you are 100% at fault, and you have to get yourself out of that situation. But hey, not really a big deal. I'm kind of used to that, and I successfully was able to get there with no major turnarounds or getting lost things, so it was great. So fucking cold, as you heard in the small clip I made when I was actually there. Just frozen to the bone. In traveling, I had to wait at platforms for the train, and one train I was in, it actually had this horrible fucking gust of wind that would take the entire length of the train. Every time it started going, the train would fill with wind until it finally reached the speed that it would be traveling at. It was miserable, fucking miserable. Every stop, the wind would stop gusting, and I would be able to stop shivering. I would be able to warm myself up a little bit in that just stagnant air. And then as soon as we started going again, this horrible gust of wind. So by the time I got there, I was cold and a little confused. I didn't know where the venue was. But after a beer and a quick question to one of the policemen there, I was able to find where I needed to go. And man, it was so great. What a great show. It was so awesome to see a band that I truly love here in Japan. It's been a long time since I've been to a concert just in general. And obviously, it's been 6 months since I've been to one, since I've been in Japan, more or less. Haven't been to any concerts while I've been here. And it was awesome. Had to buy a drink ticket when I first walked in, which I thought was strange. It's like you had to give them 500 yen or you couldn't enter the place at all. So I parted with 500 yen, got a Heineken beer, which was quite delicious, I must say. I don't think I've ever had a Heineken before, but it was very, very tasty. Very tasty kind of lager beer. And I bought another one after that, so I had 3 beers in a span of an hour or so, waiting on the show to start, and just was feeling really good. As I stood in the crowd as it started to gather, as the concert got closer and closer to beginning, I just popped on my headphones and started writing stuff in my little notebook that I carry with me. And I was just sort of in the zone, you know, feeling good. And then the concert was so great. Sang along to all my favorite songs. I was just so close to the guys, you know. Sort of a head trip to see the people who you've only been listening to. It's really cool.
Other once across a crowded bar. He was with Martha, she was with Tom. Neither of them really knew what was going on. A strange feeling of never, heartbeats becoming synchronized, staying that way forever. But most of the time it was just near misses, air kisses, once in a bookstore, once in a party. She came in as he was leaving, and years ago at the movies, she sat behind him. The 6:30 showing of While You Were Sleeping. He never once looked around. It's so easy from above, you can't really see it all. People who belong together, lost and sad and small, but there's nothing to be done for them. It doesn't work that way. Sure, we all have soulmates, but we walk past them every day. Oh no. And it's not like they were ever actually unhappy in the lives they lived. He married Martha, she married Tom. Just this vague notion something was wrong, an ache and absence, a phantom limb, an itch that could never be scratched. It's so should be. Maybe our ghosts live in that vacancy. Maybe that's how books get written. Maybe that's why songs get sung. Maybe we are the unlucky ones. It's so easy from above, you can't really see it all. People who belong together, lost and sad and small, but there's nothing to be done for them. It doesn't work that way. Sure, we all have soulmates, but we walk past them every day. Oh,
maybe that's how books get written. Maybe that's why songs get sung. Maybe we are the unlucky ones.
maybe that's how books get written. Maybe that's why songs get sung. Maybe we are the unlucky ones.
And there was this one thing. There was a French couple there that I kept stealing glances at because they were to my immediate right, and obviously a couple, man and woman, a little bit older than me, I think, and I was really jealous of the fact that they got to experience that concert together. They were the closest people to me that I could reference experientially, and I can remember one time, Brittany and I went to a concert, one of Stephen Avedon's House Cat concerts in Atlanta, and we had a little bit to drink ourselves, and when we went there, it was just really fucking fun, and it felt really close to her, and we were just able to kind of let loose, listen to some cool jams, and just have a good time. And it would have been awesome to do that at a Fleet Foxes concert in Tokyo, of all places, and of all bands. And we both love that band equally. And we love each other a lot too, so I was jealous of that French couple. It's those bastards. Fucking bastards. But, what can you do? The world continues to move, and so do I. So I left. The concert was from 7 to 9, roughly. They came out and did an encore, which was awesome. I was really glad they did, because they finished their first set a little after 8, and I was like, fuck, that was quick. But we all started stomping and doing the encore shit that you do. And they came back out and played more. It's just so great. And I left at 9. I got another beer, I think. Did I? Did I get another beer? I went to, I got another beer. I did. I went to a gas station after the concert was over because I didn't want to have to wait for the bathroom. And I grabbed another beer for the train so I could listen to cool music. And it started to kick in as I was trying to find my way. I was trying to find my way back to Hachioji. And I didn't really want to take the same train I had because I didn't want to go through that fucking wind tunnel shit again. So I was looking, there was a million different train lines converging at this point, at this station I was at, so I figured there was a way, that where there's a will, there's a way, that I could get back and not have to go the exact same way I had come. And so I had to work on all these configurations while slightly buzzed already, plus another beer ascending up my my spinal tap, I guess, just getting further and further hazy. Actually, I just remembered, I drank a coffee and then immediately drank a beer. I thought that would be a fun combination. So, that was good I did that, because I guess it enabled me to feel calm and to make quick, thoughtful decisions. So there you go, that's good. The rain is getting stronger. And I got back to Hachioji around 11 or so, and I wanted to buy these small bottles of wine that I've seen around everywhere at all these gas stations. I wanted to drink that and walk home because I had already committed to myself that I would walk, listen to music and enjoy. It was snowing, and I didn't have an umbrella, but I just thought, fuck it, who cares? But I couldn't find this little bottle of wine, but I ended up going to about 5 gas stations, convenience stores really, but gas station-esque in an American sense of the word. And I bought a bunch of like onigiri, which is like a sushi ball kind of thing, and just ended up not drinking and ended up eating instead, which I think was the better choice. My head was starting to hurt a little bit for some reason, and it stopped hurting after I ate that food, so that was good. And then I just walked the cold fucking walk all the way back. Went to the bath a little later that night, around 12:30, and just relaxed. Every time I've been going to the ofuro, which is the Japanese style bath, it's like you submerge your whole body in this really warm, big bath. And for me, what I've been doing recently is I submerge my body and keep only my head out and close my eyes. And recently I've been thinking about the four noble truths and how to implement them in my daily life. That it's the Buddhist kind of doctrine. Life is suffering, attachment is suffering, and being unattached, being detached, in a certain sense of the word, is the only way to escape this kind of suffering. And I've just been thinking about that. It's fucking asshole. Just had a tree grab my umbrella. It's amazing how deep in thought you can go in that kind of a situation where your body's just submerged in like a puddle of water, and you have your eyes closed, so your senses are kind of dulled a little bit. It's kind of like that sensory deprivation chamber thing that Joe Rogan is so fond of. And so that's been cool. I did that last night. Really enjoyed it. And tomorrow I made plans to go to church with a girl named Rimya, who is actually the person who I got my bus ticket to Kyoto from. And I recently paid her back for that. On my own volition. I didn't actually have to pay her back. And everyone was thinking I was stupid for offering to. But I thought it was a nice thing to do. I really had a good time on the Kyoto, not Osaka trip. And I didn't mind paying her back. I insisted on it. And so tomorrow at 7:30, I'm going to meet her at the bus stop. And I'll be able to go to a Japanese church here, which should be really cool. It sounds like a really good day. I'll probably wake up at 7, leave 7:15, and the whole thing will be over at around 12:30. I'll be back to finish up any odds and ends I need to do before Monday, which Monday will be my last final, my economics final, and it's when my report that I was doing today is actually due. And so tomorrow will be a good day. I'm glad that I'll be able to start early and kind of throw off my usual routine. Oh. And I should be back at the dorms here in another 5 or so minutes and deposit this pathetic umbrella back in the shit cradle from whence it came. Good Lord.
Woke up this morning, what do I see? 3,000 cameras pointed at me. Dude says you leave, I'm like, yes, that's me, sir. Well, you just knocked up the VP nominee's daughter. So I tell her, no, you got it wrong, mister. Already got a girl, and her name's Bristol. They all laugh and say, where you been, sonny? Your mother-in-law's a heartbeat from the presidency. So I say, mother-in-law, no, we ain't getting married. They say, soon you will, boy. She just announced it. I get on my dirt bike and ride to my girls. I'm gonna lay down the law. Tell her what's going on. I'm a fucking redneck. So I'm gonna lay down the law and tell her what's going on. I'm a fucking redneck, I live to hang out with the boys, play some hockey, do some fishing and kill some moose. Oh! I like to shoot the shit and do some chillin', I guess. You fuck with me and I'll kick your ass. I'm a fucking redneck, I live to hang out with the boys, play some hockey, do some fishing and kill some moose. I like to shoot the shit and do some chillin', I guess. You fuck with me and I'll kick your ass. I'm a fucking redneck, I live to hang out with the boys, you know my snowboard, do some fishing and kill some moose. I like to shoot the shit and do some chillin', I guess. You fuck with me and I'll kick your ass. Yeah. I like to shoot the shit, some chillin', I guess. Kill some moose. I'm a fucking redneck, I live to hang out with the boys, play some hockey, do some fishing and kill some moose. Sip my juice. I like to shoot the shit and do some chillin', I guess. You fuck with me and I'll kick your ass.
Thank you.
I'm pretty excited about going to church. One of my aunts, Aunt Julie Pereira, she asked me to go to a church while I was here, and I kind of wanted to anyway, just because in the States, I went to church fairly regularly. Interestingly, one of my favorite reasons to go to church, well, there was a couple folds to it. One fold was I like to go to church because, losing my train of thought, a lot of noise. I like to go to church because it woke me up early on Sunday for a good bike ride, which inevitably was the way I would get from my house to church, which was a 5-mile bike ride one way. Actually, 7. So that was one cool thing. And then 2, when I would get there, if the sermon wasn't very captivating or interesting, I would just zone it out and think about other stuff. And I have found, since observing this tendency to think about other things while at church, that I focus really, really well when I'm trying to block other stuff out. So if I have like a thought, for instance, and I really want to dissect this thought and kind of investigate its causes, and if it's a problem, I guess its solutions, I can really focus on it well if I ignore other stuff. And so if I'm at church, I feel really like enlivened and self-righteous. Sure, let's say self-righteous. I feel if I want to turn off my ears and focus on something else, I feel an extra sort of, like a little boost in my ability to concentrate because of the mere fact that I'm there to listen to the sermon, but it's not like being at school or something, you know. If I'm at school and I decide to zone out and think about something else, I'm sacrificing whatever is the important thing to learn for that day, and it will likely come back to bite me. But if I'm at church, there's no test at the end of the day. There's no grades. It's all voluntary. And so if I decide not to listen, I don't miss anything out. So, you know, it's a win-win. I'm good. I'm satiated. working on something else, and everyone else is hearing a sermon. Ain't no problem there. And so I wonder tomorrow if I'll actually be interested, or if I'll just end up taking out my little notebook and doing something else. It's a 50-50 chance for either outcome. I ain't got no idea. All I know is that it's cold and wet out here, and it ain't the best feeling place. I kind of like days like this, though. Sometimes. It's refreshing in a weird kind of way. It's like, recently it's just been dreadfully cold only. Like, not really a dry cold, but just cold and windy, you know, wintry. But this kind of weather, it's like, I guess no matter what you end up doing on a rainy, cold day like this, on Saturday, no matter how you end up spending your day, you did the right thing, you know? Like, if it's sunny, and you spend your whole day inside, maybe don't even go outside until the sun goes down, in a very real way, you've wasted that day, and, you know, you're not going to get it back. On a day like this, it's like, you know, I didn't want to walk to Ekimai because it would have been a fucking pain in the ass to do that. It would have been cold and wet all day, and so I don't feel like I missed anything by not doing that. But I did walk to school, and although it's a very short walk compared to Ekimai, I feel like I really did something, and I'm glad to have been able to check all my stuff on the internet, and I was able to get that talk in with Brittany, which was nice, and would have probably been impossible here at the dorms. So, a Saturday, a rainy, cold Saturday, the only thing that could make it better, the best thing you could do on a day like this, I think, I'd be with Brittany in Atlanta, go out to eat later in the day after lazing about, just piddling, watch a movie, drink some drinks like wine or beer, and then just relax with each other. That is the best way to spend a day like this. In bed, most of it, or at least relaxed, somewhere comfortable. That's tops. You can't beat that. That's what days like these were made for. This is like, I'm sure when God first made the earth and he had that first Sunday when he took the day off, I bet it was like a rainy, cold day. And he was just like, well, I'm just going to chill. I'm going to be in bed with my wife all day, relaxing, drinking some beer. I'm sure that's what happened. I'm 100% sure. The first Sunday of the earth's existence was a cold, rainy day. And here I am at the dorms. Perfect point to end on. January 21st, evening edition. Finished up all my papers and stuff, and I have a taste for beer. Vampires have a taste for blood. Werewolves have a taste for, I don't know. Zombies have a taste for brain. Werewolves have a taste for flesh, and I have a taste for beer. And we are all creatures of the night, as it has become evening. And so I go by my lonesome to the local konbini, konbanwa, to pick up some beers. Hopefully they have Heineken. I'm actually in the mood for some Heineken. But I highly doubt that they'll have that. But only time will tell. Konbanwa. Oh, okaeri. Kyou wa dou? So, yokata kyou?
今日とても良かった。
どこにいた？
今日ね、池田先生の家で。
あ、そうなんだ。あ、特別。
話したり。
あ、いいね。
今どこ行く？
あ、コンビニ。
コンビニ。
あ、超寒い。
超寒いけど。
ちょっと痛い。あ、でも大丈夫。大丈夫。すぐ戻るから。
あ、
そうそう。
強いらしい。
そんなに強くない。もっとバカ。Okay. Okay, じゃあね。That was the old Korean boys, the ones air posted all the way from Korea, who are staying in my block, our block. They said that they had a good day. I asked them when I realized who they were, what they did, and they went to the founder's house. Ikeda Sensei, the guy who started up Soka University, and apparently they ate dinner with him. And I'd say that's pretty much a good day. I don't think I'd want to do it necessarily, unless he can speak English well, so we could actually have a good conversation. Just going there would be pretty boring, but Asian people are all about face, they like a lot of status type stuff, so if you go and you hang out with the president of a university, then that's something cool to do. But to me, unless he's got something cool to say and good opinions to share, not so interested. It's likely to be a boring event. I could probably have a better conversation with the help that would be making the food, but they'd have a better story, better experience of life, a little bit more well-rounded perhaps than someone who could very well have lived in the lap of luxury his entire life and done a little more in ascending to the presidency of this school than know powerful people in powerful positions. I completed my sheets, my work that I had given myself for the night, and actually one of the things I wrote in the sheets is a series of questionnaires and little informational papers about things that I need to clarify and declare before I leave, and one of them was about anything. It asked me the question, would you like to say anything to the founder of the university? And my handwriting is extremely, let's say famously, illegible. And so I said in my response to that question, since my penmanship is bordering on the threshold of illegibility and partial legibility, I guess I'll just be honest. And the one thing I would ask the founder, or tell him perhaps, would just be, to smile more. Because I've seen a lot of photos of him. And more so than not, he has sort of a unenthused smile, sort of like he's half there, just not really participating, not really immersed in anything that's palpably moving, I just feel like he's less than bored, because you could be bored, but you could be wishing for something more exciting. I just feel like he's just bored without even the idea of what could make things better. And so, interestingly as it is, the old Korean boys went and ate some food with the old founder. Interesting. And here I am, walking by my lonesome in the rain to pick up some beer for myself and for Quick. I asked, harkening back to the old days of yore, back when I used to run errands for my friends, asked if anyone wanted a beer, and Quick was the only one to respond. Maxime ate too much food, I guess, tonight, as he is wont to do, and said that he was too full to drink. And I actually ran into Alex in the hall on the way out. He's just getting back from his girlfriend's house, but I didn't ask him if he wanted anything. He's had a pretty healthy stockpile of alcohol for a little while now, so I figured he might still have some. And I kind of wanted to do this walk Han Solo, kind of take a little bit of me time, talk a little bit. I had a pretty good deal of coffee, perhaps you can tell in the fluidity of my speech, the complexity of my verbiage, and the delivery of it all. Perhaps you can tell. Perhaps not, and that's okay too. But I'm getting close to my destination now, and I look forward to recording a little clip. This is probably not more than 7 minutes. Yeah, 6 minutes on the dot now. I'm almost there. So, soon I'll be crossing the street, walking in, going down the aisles to see what sort of cow kotodekiru I can do, see what kind of buying I can do. A little noisy. I might try to jaywalk here in a sec. Whoa, fuck. Loud noise. Wow. Alright, green light. Well, I'm gonna hang it up here. Pick it up in a minute. Don't want to be walking around talking. I want to focus on my task. So, I'll see you in a sec.
Fighters, hustlers, hard up millionaires. Mobsters, cops, horse pimps, and Marxists. All human life is there. Man in a wheelchair listens to the chatter, writes down all the insane crap he hears. He can't move around, but it doesn't really matter. In the forest, all you need is eyes and ears. And out they pour the hits and the misses. Turn me loose, Lonely Avenue, and down in Nashville, love a sick suspicion. Promise, Schumann, 1962. And he could never be one of those happy cripples, the kind that smile and tell you life's okay. He was mad as hell, frightened and bitter. He found a way to make his feelings pay. Back at the forest in the steakhouse of the lobby, the diner gets 3 bullets in the head. Pop, pop, pop. Pop. Doc looks down, eating his linguine, thinking up a lyric for the dead. And out they pour the hits and the misses. Turn me loose, Lonely Avenue, and down in Nashville, Elvis seeks suspicion. Promise, Schumann, 1962. 1962. Fred, Jack, Penny, Crazy, Phil Spector, Pumpkin Juice, and Edie Gourmet. Damon Runyon Jr. and the Tunes Orchestra. All superhuman life was there. He could never be one of those happy cripples, the kind that smile and tell you life's okay. He was mad as hell, frightened and bitter. He found a way to make his isolation pay. And out they pour the hits and misses. Turn me loose, Lonely Avenue, and down in Nashville, Elvis seeks suspicion. Promise, Schumann, 1960. And out they pour the hits and the misses. Turn me loose, Lonely Avenue, and down in Nashville, Elvis seeks suspicion. Promise, Schumann, 1962.
It's such a shame when poetry just slips through your fingers. You know, you have something beautiful and something that the world would be enriched to hear, but just like the grains of sand, you know, just right through your fingers. I wanted to record on my way back from the beer store, just to give an update whilst I drank a beer, which turned out to be decent, not great, but not bad. And so I went on ahead talking, even though I couldn't record because I was holding the beer and an umbrella at the same time. And I did this awesome description of how the beer tasted, and it was great, so powerful. The poetry was just beautiful. But alas, didn't record it. But hey, that's just the throes of life, right? Can't help that. So, just wanted to inform you that I have nothing to say, because I've already said it, and I didn't record it, and that's as on end, but hey, Shogun, eh? Can't be helped. And now I'm going to drink my second beer. I got two. One of them was some sort of I don't even know, but more of a specialty tasty beer, and this one is actually an India Pale Ale, 7% alcohol, from I have no idea where, which is better than the nasty domestic that they have here, so I'll take it. Wish me luck. I wish myself luck. I'm going to play with my iPad whilst I drinks it. Should be fun. So, good night and good luck.
So she stands and waits at the school gate. They're late. They come so dumb in two cars when they agreed one, and it's gone wrong on her birthday. So they go to Joe's for pizza and ice cream. They sit and stare, and Claire just wants to be 9.5. Next year she'll tell them she only wants world peace. But Claire, baby, I wish you knew how this all got twisted. I wish you could see right inside us. All of this stuff, the best of us that we can't get out. What's the point of this? What's wrong with 2 birthdays? It's cool at school. Her friends, they all have 2 birthdays. Oh geez, he just asked the waitress out on a date on her birthday. But Claire, baby, I wish you knew how this all got twisted. I wish you could see right inside us. All of this stuff, the best of us that we can't get to. Here's the check they pay with 2 cars like they've never met. Goodbyes outside, it's cold in LA. Claire, baby, wish you knew how this all got twisted. I wish you could see right inside us. The best of us, the most of us. You're what we were, you're all that's left. It used to be our birthday too.
Well, hello and good evening on this relatively tame January 22nd evening. Oh, I am inbound, heading towards Ekimai. It's, what time is it? I just looked at my watch. 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock it is. Kind of late to be dekakeruing, to be leaving. But, you know, whatevs. It's for a good cause. When I get there, I'll be meeting Maxime, and he wants to buy a few going-away presents, what the Japanese call omiyage, and sounds fun to me. He has become a die-hard fan of Starbucks. We've actually discussed several plans about me sending him beans when he actually goes back to Ukraine himself, because surprisingly, there is no Starbucks in Ukraine, which I must say I was honestly shocked to hear about. Though upon a few more moments of ponderation, I guess I saw the possibility of it. It's kind of strange, given the propensity for Starbucks to exist in America. For you to hear that an entire country is without is somewhat shocking. But hey, not every country is America, huh? And so, we'll meet there, get some Starbucks, do a little shopping. I'm in the mood for a Heineken beer. I want to taste that stuff again. And so I'm going to definitely go buy one of those from one of the stores adjoining Ekimai. And should be a nice little time with my boy Max. The days are really starting to count down. I was checking my flight itinerary today. And each time you check it, it has sort of an active login thing that will tell you how many days you have until you depart. And so today it said I had 5. When I was looking at it and trying to digest sort of what's going to happen, it's weird because I leave at 12:30 a.m. on the 27th, and I arrive in Atlanta, Georgia at 6 a.m. The same day. And so it's weird, I gain time, then I lose it. It's strange. It's going to be a long flight. It'll be a long day. I have a 5-hour layover in LA from like 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Oh, it'll be a long day. And I can already start to feel those little inklings of feelings like the depression that comes with having done something very fun for a sustained amount of time and then being back. It's gonna be bizarre. I'm sure it's what Frodo felt like when he got back from Mordor. It's probably why he went to the undying lands of the elves. It's just how do you go back to the life you led before, after you've experienced so much? And just imagining what it's going to be like to be at my home in Lilburn, Georgia, where my parents live, the first Monday when I am there by myself. The house will be empty, no friends, no friends that I can just go down the hall and talk to. I'll probably end up biking to Atlanta that day, unless it's cold. We'll see. It's weird I can't jump on the train. Oh, so weird. So weird to start thinking about that. But it's really happening. I can feel it. Things are starting to change. Tomorrow, I have a test, and what else do I have? I have a few things I need to do tomorrow. I'd like to go walk to Hard Off and actually sell my guitar. Then I need to go to the school to talk to someone about registration issues. I'm not really sure what that's about, but I got an email after a long period of not being able to check my email saying that I needed to stop by to discuss that, so I need to figure out what that's about. And then I have a test. And after that test, I'm done. I could leave the second after I take that test and go back to America. And my time academically in Japan would be 100% complete. But that's not the case. I'm going to be going to Hakone Tuesday and coming back Wednesday. So there's still a little bit of fun to be had here before I kikoku suru, before I go on home, return to my country. I met a guy the day I went to the brewery with Maxime and Aint and the rest of the economics department students who went. We went to Asakusa, and I met someone there, German guy named Klaus, who was working on some sort of an idea he had. And I've talked about this already, but I was intrigued by him, and I approached him, asked him what he was doing, and he told me, and he said that he'd like to get some input on his idea, which I thought was interesting because we'd only met, seconds beforehand, and he was already as receptive to me approaching him as I could have hoped. And so recently he responded to a message I sent him on Facebook to meet, but unfortunately I don't think we'll be able to, because these next couple of days are going to be so packed with just finalizing everything. It's a palpable level of tension in the air, just slightly stressful, and it probably won't go away until I'm finally at the airport, or so it seems. Jaywalked, successful, didn't die. Oh, and so my mind is reeling in every direction. It's reeling towards the past, it's reeling towards the future, the near future, and it's certainly reeling at the present. Had a little bit of a difficulty with submitting our final paper for my economics class, and had a little bit of a few frustrating seconds with Maxime. We're both very headstrong people, and so if one of us thinks we're right, we tell the other person that we're right, which has sort of been a theme that's been chronicled in previous episodes. But we got through it, and hopefully everything will work out. At this point, I'm just looking forward to relaxing in Hakone. I think I'll definitely meet my quota of getting to 30 podcasts before I leave. This is going to be number 29, so I'll just keep on doing it when it feels right.
I know you. You think I don't, but I do. I've been listening, and I don't forget. So I can do this, I can pass the test. You went to school in Chicago. Your mom's maiden name is Dupree. Your favorite actor is De Niro. Your birthday's 0308 83. CHICAGO. rejection, boredom, and vacancy. I know your favorite dish. I know your favorite band. You spent a year in Barcelona. That asshole's name is Anthony. Turns out you never went to TULSA. See your old roommate, Jane. I think my middle name is Sucker. And I was born yesterday. I don't know you. I thought I did, but I don't. I wasn't listening, not to the right things. One day I won't even remember your face.